Hey everyone, happy to be here. Let's just wait for everyone to join. So today we have four people talking. We have Ayush, Miguel, and Craig that are talking today. We will wait just 1 or 2 minutes before starting, and then we'll run this. I have muted you guys, just waiting for the other people. Just something important to start with. So this is the very beginning of this community, and so I have started looking for sponsors for the community, and so I was looking for something that would benefit with the community. And um, I don't know if you noticed, you guys, but I've started using Cream for as a gate to this community, and so they have agreed to. They really wanted to just do more for this community. I don't know them very well, to be honest, but they have been super welcoming and super friendly, and they listen to feedback a lot. And I really like how they are like indie hackers friendly. And so they reached out to me, and they wanted to sponsor the community, and so they offered to um, give away the first 10K in sales for you for free, including some other perks. I will post all the details in the Slack. And so if you want to use them for now, my experience has been great. Um, it's very hard for me to recommend them right now because I had a very bad experience with Lemon Squeezy. Like after Lemon Squeezy being acquired, I had this rule that I set to myself where I would like no never ever again I would use another payment provider than Stripe because of how sensitive this is. And I made this exception for Crim because the founder, I genuinely like the founder. He had been very great with me, and for now, very happy about the platform. So I will tell you more on Slack, and so you can uh, the issue with Lemon Squeezy. So I see the question on the chats. The issue with Lemon Squeezy is that they have been acquired by Stripe, and from the moment they have been acquired, the platform went from something that was great to an incredibly shitty and buggy platform. And it's very damageable that the payment provider that you are using, something that is that you are relying on this platform. It's the foundation, the core of your platform. It's the platform that holds the credit card of your customers. That it can just go from being a great place to a shitty platform. Um, I hope it doesn't happen with Cream, but I cannot guarantee it. Okay, so getting back to the session right now. Um, we have we will start today talking about talking with Miguel. Hi, Miguel. I unmuted you. You can talk
Hi,
now.
thank you for
You
having me.
have Thank you very much for being here. You have an awesome platform. Like it looks very nice. And I will give you maybe 2 or 3 minutes to explain what this is about and to explain how the community can help you today. Like, go ahead.
Thank you so much. Can I share my screen? One
Yeah,
second.
that would be amazing.
Yeah, here. Okay. Okay. So hi, I'm Miguel. I have my background is I have 9 years of experience in SEO. Currently, I work for a US company in SEO, and that is a SaaS business. Okay. And I've been coding also for 9 years. The product that I'm launching is a map scraper that I have already shared with you guys. So basically, you put here any number of keywords that you want. You click start scraping, and it's super fast. Okay, it's gonna scrape the 10K results in like 30 seconds or so. Like it's gonna be super fast. You have also shared a demo on the Slack channel. Feel free to check it out. Okay, like 16 seconds. Okay, much faster than expected. And the entire history of this tool is, okay, I already launched it like years ago, okay, with a very little audience, like with 20 subscribers on Twitter, 20 followers, okay, and it got traction, okay, it got traction. The issue is that I was not able to scale it to a monthly recurring revenue. People did just pay once and that's it, okay, but I managed to get a ticket of 200 euros, more or less, on the best deals that I was able to build. So right now, what I'm doing is I have already built a desktop version that is super fast, because initially it was a cloud only cloud version, and I have also built a LinkedIn module, meaning LinkedIn. This is Google Maps database, let's say, fresh but database. I have also the LinkedIn database plus email automations. The logic more or less is people were paying only for data. I have to add more stuff on top, so they pay monthly. What I'm planning to do is I'm gonna leverage this desktop version that I have zero cost monthly, let's say, because it's only desktop, no cloud, and trying to be able to get new users, but especially monthly recurring users, and to replicate what I did on the Spanish version on the English. I'm trying to launch a profile in Twitter with this new deal. And just to briefly see the new platform, let's say, here you're going to be able to do searches like Apollo, etc. I already have the database. Okay, I have like 200 million LinkedIn results. I have the entire LinkedIn database of companies, more than 87 million companies. And the logic is that you get the emails. Here you build the different sequences with AI logic. Okay, if answers positively, negatively, do X, Y, Z, and having an inbox to gather all the responses and being able to scale horizontally. Because if you send a lot of emails from a different mail being called, like you're gonna get banned. That is why you have to scale with using a lot of email domains, etc. And this tool helps you with that.
When you say that it helps you do that, can you explain a little bit how? Like, is it buying the domain names for users?
Okay, so in this case, what it does, okay, is you're gonna be able to connect here your email servers. For example, if you have a Gmail account, a G Suite account, in this case, this is a G Suite account, you're gonna be able to connect here all of your G Suite accounts, and you're gonna be able to send emails in a synchronized way. Meaning, for example, if this first mail sent an email to prospect one and prospect one didn't answer in one day, this same email is going to send one day after, 2 days after, whenever you want, another email. So it's going to feel personal. And by doing this, you're going to be able to scale the sequences.
And so the Google scrapping business, like the Google Maps scrapping business, you are looking to completely move away from it, or you want to run both in parallel?
I don't want to run out of it, but I feel that it's a bit limited niche because it has high volume results, but maybe not that quality. So at some point, you want to personalize more, you want personal emails. And I feel that it's the two sides of a coin, you know? It's something that I know really well. It has demand, but it's limited. So that is how I see it now. And I'm very happy that the tool is very strong, you know? I can put here a lot of results and it's gonna scrape them in a minute, you know? I can do another test.
How much do you like? What's your main struggle right now? Like, what are you looking for from this community, and how can we help, basically?
Also, before you answer that, sorry, in the chat, Everyone who is here, you're free to give any opinions, ask any questions in the chat, and we'll take those up as well. Yeah, sorry, continue, Miguel.
No, so for me, my main question is all of this makes sense. No, I should, for example, clearly separate Maps and LinkedIn, for example. Let's see, thinking, okay, this is a really good product, but maybe it doesn't have so much, I don't know, long run. So maybe separate it, just have the lifetime deal, because I truly believe that this can be sold for like for thousands. The issue is that it's not gonna be, let's say, a millionaire business, like, I don't know, to get to 100K per month, for example, with only Maps. Not gonna be able to reach that. Maybe 20K, for example, at most, you know. So it
So
got the
it's
results, 45 seconds, 100,000 results. It's really good. I can export this, we can see it.
it's really so I really wanted to jump on your opportunities because like on this issue because I actually built a very similar product. I think it was like 4 years ago, and it didn't work for me to some extent, and so I really wanted to take this chance to talk about that experience, and to talk about your product. So before I tell this story, can you tell us where you are right now exactly? Like, do you have users? Do you think your product is validated? Like, where you are?
So I think I have uh, I have validation because people have already paid for it. The issue is that I haven't done a strong go-to-market strategy because I also had technical issues. Try to delegate the product part, I wasn't able, because some of the advantages that I have is that the products are technically really good. The issue is that
So
not a
when you
normal developer can do
just
that.
just one thing, when you say you have validation before people paid for it, can you explain what did they pay for? How much did they pay for, and like what was the product when they paid for?
Okay, so I had two type. I had lifetime deals and monthly deals. The monthly was like 10, 50, and $20 a month, and they were paying for 10,000 leads a month, 10, 20K, and 50K. Okay, and the deal that I got, that I was able to sell, I don't know, 50 or them or so, it was 200 euros, 50,000 results a month in cloud. Now, let's say that the cloud engine was able to grab that in 20 minutes, for example. Okay, it had a queue system. If more people were using it, it was taking more time. But now you have seen the results. The results are like in 40 seconds, you
Okay.
get double what we were paying monthly. And the validation is because they were already paying. So the validation I see as, okay, they sign up, they paid. That is the validation. They paid.
So
I don't
that
know if
that
I
makes
answered.
me think about a few things that I want to talk about. Um, before I do that, exactly like Ayush said, please feel free to share anything that could help Michael in the chats. Ayush will pick the best comments and the best question and will be the voice of the chat. So feel free to help here. The first thing that comes to my mind is like, given how easy it is to build right now, it's so easy to just build new features and get lost into an infinite feature building without shipping stuff. And so I still feel it's very important to build more in order to validate more. It's important to build multiple products, but the way I usually recommend to do that is in a sequence instead of in parallel, meaning you build one product, you ship it, you actually make sure that people are using this product to validate or invalidate the product, to make sure that you have true learning before going to something else. So the fact that you tell me that you have validation on the product, people paid for it, and you are building the LinkedIn product is just, it's a small red flag for me, because it means that it's not sure that you have fully use the learning from that validation phase from that. Instead, you move the way to another shiny object, which seems very appealing. But when you are there, when you start digging, you realize that you have very strong competitors there, like Expendi, and like product like Smart Leads or those products. They have built so much already, and they have so powerful brands that it's incredibly hard to build on those spaces. About the Google Maps scrapping business, I think there's something that's very interesting. In 2020, that was one of my first products out of the 10 products that I built. Like this phase of one product per week until something stick. We built something that was called Geo Leads. It was a Google Maps scrapping business. It's not live anymore right now, but it's basically you pinpoint something on Google Maps and you were able to scrap all the businesses around this geolocation in order to just reach out to those leads, but in a geo way. And it reached 1K in monthly recurring revenue. So we were very happy at the time because that was one of my highest products in revenue at the time. But the thing is, we realized that the people who are interested in by these geolocalized leads are a lot like traditional businesses. So the typology of user that we have, like the people that we have, it's gonna be people where you have to take your phone and you have to call those people to try to convert them. And so to convert the 1K revenue that we had was actually 3 clients, like 3 very big clients that was paying a lot. And so keeping on this business would have been something like having a big sales team and spending your days doing phone calls to try to convert those people. And sometimes your business works. It works, it delivers real value, but it gets you to a place where you don't really want to go because this is just not how you want to spend your days. You just don't want to spend your days cold calling people. Does that resonate in any way, Miguel? Like, is this of any help? Like, how do you relate to that?
So I think grabbing everything, I think I said my intuition was something similar. I put other words there or other logic. Maybe what I can do, because that is true, but I think I can use it for something else. Like imagine I could give it for free and it would add amazing value, for example. So maybe what I could do, because there's the business validation, but there are other validations that I have to do. For example, being able to ship a reliable SaaS, etc. So there are a lot of stuff, marketing validation and so on. So what I could do is the following: wrapping everything up. As the maps is more limited, and I was also aware of that, what if I launch it alone individually on an individual domain, knowing that it's going to be very limited? See where I can get with this project, and if it doesn't make sense, I kill it in 6 months or whatever, or in 1 month or 2.
I really like this idea. It kills me to talk a little bit more about my competitor, but I will do it again anyway. Last time, I think during the AMA, I talked about Posties, which again is one of my competitors, so I am definitely not affiliated. But what I really like here and why I think they are successful is because of how niche they are, like how targeted their headline is. And I think it totally relates to your situation. Like, you are wondering about building a meta platform that does everything. It's something that you do when you have a huge customer base that you can just upsell product to. When you are not an established business, I would do a super targeted product, and in your case, I would completely split the domain and run two things at the same time to validate each one independently. If you are no one, you just want to make sure that you are validating idea independently.
Okay.
That's like
And
this
just
to you.
the last question related to this, I found, so I'm sometimes a bit negative. I have here the domain. I found a competitor that actually they only do Google Maps, and they are like backed by Y Combinator, and they have like they acquire like 1,000 customers in the past like 20 weeks or something. So I also looked at this and I said, hey, I think I can build something better than this.
The,
Or yeah,
yeah, I'll jump in again for the chat. I think the chat is also saying similar things. A lot of the questions are here about what is exactly your ICP. Are they business owners? Who exactly are you targeting? And I'm just combining a lot of questions, and they're also asking, is your ICP same for the Google Maps thing and for the other platforms? And people really think that you should have separate businesses for the Google Maps thing and the other thing. Exactly what you guys were discussing, just to bring in the chat's perspective.
so for me, my ICP is a marketing agency owner. They do a lot of outbound. That is my ACP because they have used similar products. They see the value, and from my previous customers, like the best ones that spend the most, etc., they were agency owners. So these guys like literally grab millions of results and they monetize them. So they know how to do outbound and they monetize them with their offers.
Just for you to know that there is also a completely different ICP, and maybe they are not interested in the mass scaling approach that you have, but in our case, 5 years ago, the clients that we have were cinema, like theater advertiser, like they wanted to find the small businesses around their theaters all around France, and so the geolocalized approach was like very appealing to them. So if this doesn't work on the ICP you describe, I think there are other approaches to have. I wanted to come back, Miguel, to something that I found very interesting when we talked earlier, is that you were thinking of going with AppSumo, right?
Yes.
Can you describe a little bit more about like why you want to go that way, like what makes you hesitate, and the current situation?
Because I think there are other products there that have been already sold, similar deals, but this product is much better. So because it's like you can literally, there are a lot of, you get unlimited results, yes, but your computer has to be 24/7 for 7 days getting the results. This one, you can get it in half an hour, or less, like in 10 minutes, you can get. So the logic was they have been selling similar products that are worse than this one, and they have a huge database that I could leverage from. And there, maybe if I do that, maybe the logic would be yes I don't know if to mix the both products or not. Now I'm a bit confused, but the logic was that this product is better than others, and people have paid for other products. So the logic is that it would be successful there. And I know people that have purchased those types of deals, $80.
And so why, like, what's holding you on doing it?
So basically, they have a 70-30 revenue share, and I'm not sure if I should do it or not. I don't know. Maybe I can sell maybe half of what they sell or less, but get more 100% of it, because it's gonna bring me a lot of money and a lot of users. Yes, but if they ask for support, for example, like maybe I get flooded with support, I get some money, but they don't get so good experience.
Okay.
So because I haven't done it before, basically.
So I will just share a quick thoughts on AppSumo. I've worked with them multiple times, and I didn't launch them. They screw me on some products. It worked pretty well on some products, and I think I start to understand a little bit about the playbook related to AppSumo. Um, it's it's a little bit it's a little bit like you want the traffic, but I would not expect AppSumo to get me some revenue. The way I would work with AppSumo is that I would build a specific plan dedicated to them. You can call it LTD, but it would be a light LTD, like LTD light. Uh, you want this to sell very cheap. You're gonna give up 70% of the revenue on that plan, but that's okay because then your entire goal will be to upsell those people. And what I mean by that is you're gonna deliver the strict minimum on the platform to those people. You won't give any support to those people, um, and you would just create a plan dedicated to them that they can upsell to, including support. And in this plan, you would try to upsell to a monthly subscription. And this is, I think, how you will get money. It's definitely not sure that this is going to work because the people who usually buy from AppSumo, they are incredibly money sensitive, price sensitive, and so they might just don't want to upsell to anything, and it's possible that you don't really get any revenue from that. But if you do that, I would do it that way.
But okay, the follow-up question for me would be, how do I do it then? Because if it's a desktop version, for example, if I limit you to 10K results a day, you're gonna feel like, I don't know, I'm being scammed or something because I'm using my own computer, and I'm not being able to use the app for more than 3 minutes, So I understand, I know the logic, but how do I do it consciously for this use case? My logic would be maybe, okay, I can limit and only give you map results, not email. That could be one possibility.
I don't
And
understand the blocking part on limiting the result to a certain number, as long as this is correctly defined in the AppSimo page. Like, you need to be transparent about that. This is not about scamming people, but if you are transparent, I think this is completely fine to block the usage.
Okay, I'll just bring in two more questions from the chat before we close this case. One is from Bieber. How high quality are the leads that you're scraping? And what about the protection? Can I just use these? This is
so
for scraping.
so basically our contact form, our contact at domain.com. The quality is not the best, but there are specific use cases where you want to use this. Basically, there are people that are only here on Google Maps. They're not on LinkedIn or anywhere else. That is the use case. Are you going to be able to use them? Well, there are huge companies that use them. I want to be honest with you. There's like a gray area. Okay, they have their email on their website. You should be able to email if they have the email on the website. If not, why do you have is there the email? No? But you can't be very aggressive, meaning just sending, I don't know, deals to them. You have to be smart. Send first a demo or ask for something little, see if they are interested, and then continue with the follow up. So yes, but don't get crazy doing this. Okay.
Okay, I
So
think that answers the case. Just to sum up on the learnings here, I think I would definitely run this on two domains, because it seems to be really doing two different things. Um, I would consider them as experiments, not as product that you're going to try to sell. And if they are experiments, you want to have two experiments running at the same time, because if they are bundled into one, the any learning would be very confusing to analyze. Like, you wouldn't know what is the most appealing part. About
okay.
AppSumo, I think I would try to do it sell this very light LTD and try to upsell those people and be transparent about what's including to just not scam anyone. Thank you very much,
Okay.
Miguel. I think
Thank
we're
you.
gonna jump to the to Craig right now. Hi, Craig. Very happy to have you here. Can you hear us and speak out loud?
Yeah, it's great to be here. Thanks very much for inviting me. Very
Where are
excited.
you coming? Where are you coming from, by the way?
I'm coming from Melbourne, Australia, and it's midnight.
Whoa. So, sorry about that, and thank you for being late.
All good, bro.
So do you want to like share your screen and tell us a little bit more about like what's your product and how we can help you today?
Yeah, sure. No worries. So I think my screen's already shared with you.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. Let's go here. Okay, so if I go into full screen, should I full screen? Is that better?
Yeah.
Is that better? Okay, great. Yeah, so I'm also I feel like I'm in Thibaut's early days. I am building one app per month, and this is one of the apps. It's called Discogs Importer, and I am currently making around $100 monthly recurring revenue, and I'd like to move the needle a little bit towards 1,000. And so I would love to take advantage of the collective wisdom to see what everyone thinks I should do to move to the next step. So what does Discogs Importer do? This is super niche. You can imagine this is for record stores that sell vinyl records. And so record stores have anywhere between 1 and 70,000 records in their stores or in their warehouses offline that they sell online. And they have to enter this information into an inventory, a database. And typically a lot of record stores will use Shopify. Shopify has an excellent inventory database management system, has point of sale, has accessories like barcode readers, etc. But for them to enter each record into their Shopify database, they need to manually type all of the record information, including artist, title, release year, genre, subgenre, track list with all of the song names. It's really involved. And I spoke to a record store owner recently who said he spends 10 minutes typing in one record.
Do you have those kind of stores around you that you can just talk to owners?
Yeah, and I drive out to them and I sit down and have a coffee with them because I'm just that greedy. I got zero shame. I don't mind.
No, that's amazing. Like you have the best communication channel with your users. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's sales, right? Everyone gets worried about sales because we're all introverted founders, indie founders. But sometimes you just gotta get in your car and drive and meet a human. Anyway, so to help them enter their information into databases, there's an online encyclopedia of every record that's ever been made called Discogs. So they can search in Discogs for the record that they're looking for. And you can imagine that there are different versions of each record. They're pressed in Japan or they're pressed in United States. The years are different, version 1, version 2, remastered, all sorts of stuff. But eventually they find the right one and then they type that information into Shopify and it takes a long time. Anyway, I've created this app and it sits in the middle, and with one click of a button, it does it all. Takes all the information from Discogs and imports it into Shopify.
Is there anything else that exists on the market to do that right now?
Like that, no. There is a competitor called Constacloud Disconnect. That's a universal connector that is external to Shopify, but it uses the API to push data into the Shopify database and rewrite data and records in their database. And it connects lots of different systems like eBay,
And do you have any idea of their scale?
Yeah, Consta is the market leader.
Okay.
And they're very, very expensive.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, so I'm trying to be super niche and just do one thing really well. Discogs to Shopify, and that's it. Now, Discogs, Consta Cloud, my competitor, have got a two-way interface that they push data between the two systems and keep both in sync. And so I did that. Thank you, Codex. It literally coded it all and made that feature. So yeah, I've got all the features of
And you told me that I think I saw somewhere that you have an idea of your potential markets by just knowing how much Shopify stores are selling vinyls, right?
Selling
potentially would be potentially using these products.
Yeah. So if you go on to I can search for record stores in Google Maps in a geographic area. Like I live in Australia, so I searched for record stores in Australia. And if you look on Google and say how many record stores in Australia, it says 200. And then if I type in record store and then zoom out, so I've got the whole country, then there's about 150. And then I literally went to every single one and went to their website. And if you look at inspect the code of the website, it tells you, because Shopify's got this ability, a feature where they host the website for record stores. And so I can find out whether they're already using Shopify just by looking at their website. So that then I just narrowed the search of Australia to just the record stores that are already using Shopify, and they're literally going to be my target market segment.
Do you have any idea of how many there are?
Yeah, so there's 153. And
so your market for Australia is 153 stores, right?
Correct.
And so right now, I think I saw somewhere that your pricing point is $29 per month.
For the basic plan, yes.
Okay, what's the most expensive plan?
So I've got a $39 plan. So basic is $29, Pro is $39, and then I've got premium for so that's $29 per month or $39 per month, and then I've got premium for $1,000 per year.
And so your total market for Australia is about 5K or 6K per month. So that's not huge, but is it because like you are not really targeting Australia, like you want to go everywhere?
Yeah, eventually, of course. Yeah, there's about, if you type in the question in Google, how many record stores are there in the world? Then it says, between 3,000 and 8,000. So if you consider 3,000, 3,000 stores on $29 per month is $1 million.
Okay. And so like what's the current situation right now, and like what's your current problem that we can just try solving together?
Yeah, of course. So I had this is really funny. Thibaut put a post on X where he said, guys, I just woke up one morning and I made an app and I just realized I've got 47 customers. Do you remember that, Thibaut?
I don't remember.
You hadn't logged in for a while, and then you realized that you had them, and I was like, oh yeah, it's kind of like that for me as well. This is really weird. So my launch date was in February, 14th of February. So I've got a new Valentine in my life with a new app. And then I had my first sale like 4 days later, 18th of February. I had my first churn the next day, 19th of February. But I didn't know any of this. Like I literally didn't know. I because I'm building one app per month and I got distracted with other apps and I'm building all these other apps. And then I logged in in like May and realized I had all these customers. I thought there were 6, and then I realized, oh no, there's 12, and then I realized, oh no, there's 21 customers that have installed and churned, and all this activity's been happening. I didn't know about any of it. So anyway, I rebuilt around the rough edges and smoothed it all out between May and July, and stabilized the product, and then and worked closely with the local record stores within driving distance of my house. And then I got it because, yeah, and then I got an email just recently, just last week, from a customer saying, I'm delighted that this product exists. I'm really glad. So that's excellent.
So the thing that I absolutely love with this product, I asked you about the market, and it can seem a little bit rough because like the numbers are not that high, but I actually feel like it's a huge advantage in your case, because it's very likely that you're going to be safe if you are successful. Like it's not something that Claude Code will either building a skill by default on their product, or anyone else. Like you probably won't have 100 competitors doing the same thing at the same time. I absolutely love hearing about the process, how you drove to meet the store owner and try to understand like the truth about like how he's operating every day, and like how helpful is the software. I think that's real entrepreneurship work. Like that's really about understanding the pain and just trying to go on in on solving this pain. So I really like the process here. Right now, like, so you said you have clue about some like early validation of the product. Like, how do you want to validate the product next?
Yeah, so I'm really trying to, well, first off, I targeted feature parity with my competitor to make sure that I was at least equal to what they were offering. And then I want to offer more than what my competitors are doing. So, for example, when I was at a record store here in Melbourne, I drove and met with, they have 2 laptops on their counter. And one laptop is for processing sales, and the other laptop is for importing records into their inventory database. And he said they had one barcode reader. And so when a customer walks up to pay for a record, they scan the barcode, they can ring it up on one laptop. But he said the barcode readers are $500 each, and it is so expensive. And, you know, he really complained about the technology. It didn't quite work either. You know, it was a bit janky with the batteries, and hated it, you know. And so I built a feature where you can use you can load, Shopify actually comes as an app that you can load on your iPhone as well. And so I've made the app pair to a phone and use the phone's camera. And so you can use that as a barcode now and scan a record from your phone. And so they've got like boxes of records that that they've just purchased, and they do import. And so
so you built that feature thanks to the conversation that you had with the store owner.
Correct.
Yeah, so I think it shows something incredible, which is very often, like, you think you know about the true pain of the people, but just by talking with people and seeing them using your product, it's insane how much you can just learn. Like, you understand how much you didn't know about the process, and you understand like just the little things about, you thought that the computer app was enough, but actually when they are standing up on the shop, it's hard for them to behave, and so they need another UX, which is the mobile. So I absolutely love the process here. What are you doing next?
Yes, that helped me with validation. I literally have 10 customers. So when you're in your post when you tweeted, "Oh, I've got 47 customers," and that's not really a product. Of course, that's not. And I was like, "Well, I would be very happy with 47 customers." I thought that was fantastic. I know that you've just crossed the line with 10 million Codex customers, but I would love to have 100.
It's really different. Like having 10 or 20 customers that you know very well, and like you have met them and you truly understand their pain, compared to me where like those 50 customers I was talking about, I don't know them. I try to have a deep conversation with them, but that's over Twitter DMs, and so it's not as rich as what you have created in real life. And so I really think that's what we don't do, because most of us are introverts, like you said. What we don't do is talking enough with customers. And so every time you do that and you get out of your comfort zone and you just talk with people and you see them interact, like this is one of the most painful experience. And on every single one of my products, that's the case. Like you put the products in the hand of someone and you see them like using the product, and you don't talk, like say nothing. You see them struggling. You see the friction at every click, and you see like the button they need to click to is the obvious one in the middle of the screen, but they cannot find it for whatever reason. It's the most frustrating experience that I have on every single product. It happens.
Yeah.
And so I do something pretty often on X, and I think it's very helpful. Like very often I try to I use my audience to try to invite people to use one of my products, and I will say, if you record your first experience, I'm gonna refund you, or I'm gonna offer that amount of credits. And thanks to my audience, I usually get 5 or 10 first experience video recording, and that's truly that's gems. Honestly, it's gold for me, because so it's really time consuming, because after that I will spend hours looking at those videos. But I have the video on one screen, I have my my coding environment on the other screen, and I can just watch the video, fix, watch the video, fix, and that's it. It's a process, and after all the fixes are done, I will repeat the experience and do that over and over. And I truly think that's how you create a great product, by just see people struggling with your product.
Yeah.
There's a question on that. Talking to the user a bit from Steph. He's saying, firstly, try to calculate how much time / money store owners are spending to do the work you are easing with the app, and rebuild the price from there. And you can also find new usage of product categories and same issues to expand your TAM.
Say that last one again, please.
You can also find new usage, that is product categories and like people who have the same issues and need, to expand your market.
Right. Yeah.
So I find it very interesting, because like we go a little bit forward. Like you're probably not there, but let's assume that you are very successful and you expand and you have like hundreds of customers. There is basically two ways. You can either go exactly like Ayush repeated, which is try to do pretty much the same activity, but for other niches or other kind of shop owners. Like try to double down on the Shopify extension, but for other use cases. Or there is something that I might like a little bit more, which is you have started getting knowledge about a very specific kind of shop owners. You build this relationship with them. How can you help them more, and how can you better equip them in their daily processes? Like, would it be valuable to rebuild their entire CRM on how to manage their record shops? And are you able to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds really good.
That's something that most people, they try to expand horizontally, like they try to um, double down on what they know how to do and try to do it, but for other people.
Yep.
The way I work is a little bit different. I try to serve a very kind of people, like a very specific people, and I find people more like I find people harder to understand compared to technology. And so once you have started understanding a very specific kind of people, I find it easier to build something else for the same kind of people.
Yep. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it?
Does that resonate in any way? Like, is it helpful? Does it bring any bell, or I don't know?
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, my main problem, I guess, is what to do next. Like to grow from 100 MRR to 1,000 MRR. You know, I've got there's different. Well, if we like customers, first off, they've got to find out about it through advertisements. Then they've got to install it, which is a hurdle. Then they've got to activate it by purchasing a plan, which is another hurdle. Then they've got to actually use it by searching, which is another hurdle. Uh, After they've searched, they import a record. That's another hurdle. And then they've got a 7-day free trial. They've got to get through all of that before I can claim that they're retained and their subscription activates and I actually start getting money, you know? Like there's a lot of hurdles in here.
Yep. But you have something that is very powerful, is that you know pretty much every single one of your potential clients. What's very different in your case compared to mine is that you have a very limited set of clients, of potential clients. And so I guess you need to be very careful about not messing up with any of them, because if you mess up in the relationship with any of them, it's one potential client that is lost forever that you may not gain back. And so I would be very genuine, very high quality in the way you reach out to them, and be careful about any scale, any at scale automation that would just load all the potential people and might get you just squeeze over.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? And you can imagine that that's probably a tight-knit community and they probably all talk to each other as well.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, to close this, just have 2 comments. One, Craig, people love your energy even at midnight, so you have some compliments coming up. And, one last question, maybe a suggestion. Someone said maybe expand to other markets, and that is US, probably. So that's something to look forward to. And yeah, I think it's a good deal.
So I don't know about the Australian market is something that we don't really fight for. We all fight for the US market. So
Yep.
it's probably amazing that you are in Australia and that you can slowly start there before going anywhere.
Yeah, so driving out to record stores in Melbourne has worked because I've actually met the owners and developed relationships. I did a cold email campaign to record stores around Australia, and that did not work at all. I did not get a single sign up. Advertisements on Shopify has worked, and I've got all these customers from around the world, which is bizarre, you know, like all these countries, Canada and Portugal and Spain and France and yeah,
It's weird,
bizarre.
isn't it?
Yeah, like how do they even speak English? Fantastic.
So I hope that that was helpful, Craig. Melbourne is one of the only cities that I've been in Australia, and I really love it. So in any case, I wish you the best with your products.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate your time today.
Thank you, Craig. So just to finish this session, I wanted to jump back on one issue that it's coming from one of the community issue that you guys posted. I will bring it live It's one issue that um, Miguel has been talking earlier about his hiring issue, and another person in the Keymaker dashboard has been asking about my process when it comes to hiring. So let's explore that a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna open that here. Okay. So the question was about like marketing channel as a repeatable process. How much video is draining, and how, like, I wanted to talk a little bit more about like how you can hire to get to solve this issue. And so the way I hire is very unconventional. I usually use my audience to do that. I will start with a tweet like this one. I have done this multiple times. I did here, I did here. So this entire purpose is just to create the pipe. This can be replicated in multiple ways. If you don't have an audience, you can just post an ad. You can reach out to people. You can just you have many ways to just hire people. One thing that I do that most people don't, and I will show you. I will show you an example, is that I start having a conversation over DMs on every single case. This is usually how it starts. This is, by the way, the post that I sent to Ayush when we started, like before we started working together. The thing that I do is I start having this conversation over DMs. I'm genuine there. I'm handling this process myself because I want this to be very high quality. But then it's like, I think 80% of the time the hiring process will fail because you didn't have a true experience with the person that you are hiring. It's very hard to get a true sense of the people you are judging without having a real work experience. So what I do is I will select from the talks that I'm going to have 3 to 5 people, and those people I'm gonna hand over tests that can take just a few hours to 2 days to complete, to see the motivation, the quality of the work, and if like the quality of the communication. And this one is very important. Just by testing those 3 factors, 80% of the people are going to be eliminated there. Based on the test, I will then move forward and try do something that I call a trial week. It's very hard to do. I usually do it with 2 people, like the 2 shortlisted people, where we're gonna work together for a week. It's gonna be paid work, and we're gonna like test the collaboration for real. And this is the real thing that I think people are not doing enough, that makes you aware of all the little specific things of the people before you hire them. What I do usually at the end is I either hire none of the people that I was trying for. It happened. I can hire the best of the 2 people, but it also happened that I hired the 2 people or the 3 people that was running the test, because they might just be all very good. And so if I can just like, why not go all in? My true point here is that most people hire people that they have not a real work experience with, and I think that's a mistake. Like I would heavily incentivize anyone to do that. Miguel earlier talked about his very bad hiring experience, and it can honestly take you down for a year or two. It can just tank a product if this is not done correctly, and so just do this right.
We have a
Okay,
question
guys.
about that. Sorry,
Yeah.
we have a question about that. Small question. Are you talking about hiring contractors or employees with this process?
So I think both are very relevant. So I know one of the objection is that if you do that with employees, it's going to be very hard to do with someone who actually has a full-time job. I think you can really mitigate that. If the people are very motivated, you can have these tests running during weekends. You can find ways to work together a few evenings. I know that this is hard to do on some regulations, but I think it's very important to find a way around that, because I honestly I cannot understand how you can hire someone with just 1, 2, or 3 interviews that just last an hour, where it's just about your communication skills and your ability to showcase your work. It's not real work. Does anything else from the chat, Sayush?
Nope, that's good. That's it.
Okay, so I think we'll stop here for today. Just one thing about the pod. I think I did a mistake where I just gather everyone on the pod, even the people that were not interested in that. And so I will just wipe out all the pods and rebuild them with only the people that opt in on the process. So if you haven't already and you want to be part of this, just go to Slack on the general channel and just raise a hand on my post and just say it. You can also do that on the TeamMaker dashboard. There's a button for that. I thank you, all of you guys, very much for attending to this. Thank you again. And I will see you in, I think, 3 weeks for the next AMA. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye.